You know, if anybody told you a year ago that you would have been ... well, I just didn't think I was going to see this.
Robert Redford, the golden boy of Hollywood with a near-flawless reputation, has spent his life carefully curating a career filled with timeless performances and directorial achievements. But even he has projects he regrets. And one film in particular from 1980 remains a silent sore spot, linked not just to its outcome, but to the co-star he never worked with again. Born in Santa Monica in 1936, Redford was raised in a working-class family where his father was an accountant and his mother a homemaker. Despite the sunny California backdrop, his childhood was marked by struggles with discipline, rebellion in school, and the profound loss of his mother during his teenage years, which left him introspective and serious beyond his age. That grief helped form the quiet, determined persona he would carry into adulthood and onto the screen. After dropping out of college due to partying and poor grades, he traveled across Europe and eventually enrolled in New York's American Academy of Dramatic Arts and the Pratt Institute, where he took painting and acting seriously. Redford's breakout came in the early 60s with Neil Simon's Barefoot in the Park on Broadway, which opened doors to TV and film, ultimately leading to his career-defining role in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, alongside Paul Newman in 1969. The film skyrocketed him to fame, and his pairing with Newman, Redford's intensity against Newman's charm, became a cultural phenomenon. Redford followed this with hits like The Way We Were, The Sting, and All the President's Men, solidifying his image as the thoughtful, golden-haired star who valued substance over spectacle. Behind the scenes, Redford was far from passive. He often reworked scripts, re-edited scenes, and fought for creative input, earning a reputation for being both meticulous and hard to please. While admired for his talent and dedication, his need for control led to quiet tensions with producers, directors, and co-stars who didn't share his precision. He wasn't interested in fame for fame's sake. He wanted meaning, and when he didn't find it, he walked away, even from massive opportunities. Redford's personal life mirrored his controlled professional approach. His first marriage to Lola Van Wagenen, whom he married in 1958, lasted nearly 30 years, and saw the couple raise 4 children, one of whom died in infancy. But it eventually fractured under the pressures of fame and emotional distance, ending quietly in 1985. Later, Redford found a more peaceful life with German artist Sibylle Sagers, living largely out of the spotlight and focusing on environmental causes and personal creativity. Yet, not all his relationships, professional or personal, were so serene. His once celebrated on-screen chemistry with Paul Newman eventually gave way to a quiet rivalry as Redford sought more control behind the camera, while Newman had long commanded top billing. Although there was no public feud, the warmth faded, and they never worked together again despite mutual respect. With Jack Nicholson, the tension was more apparent. Nicholson's chaotic emotional style clashed with Redford's polished, composed method. Nicholson reportedly criticized Redford's acting as wooden, while Redford saw Nicholson's improvisational energy as disruptive. The rivalry remained unspoken but real, with the two giants intentionally avoiding projects together. Similar friction existed with Gene Hackman, another brilliant but emotionally raw performer. While both were respected and acclaimed, their personalities never meshed, and Hackman declined offers to act in Redford-directed films, seeing Redford as part of the polished Hollywood elite he distrusted. But perhaps the most quietly explosive collaboration Redford endured was with Barbra Streisand during The Way We Were. Streisand, passionate and intense, had insisted on Redford as her co-star, but Redford was reluctant, fearing the film would center too heavily on her. He agreed to the role only after significant script changes were made to balance their characters. On set, their differences were glaring. Streisand was emotionally open and spontaneous. Redford was private and disciplined. He found her exhausting. She found him cold. Though their chemistry on screen was electric, Their personal connection was minimal, with crew members describing their relationship as professional but distant. Despite public longing for a reunion, Redford repeatedly declined all of Streisand's attempts to work together again, even when she developed projects and scripts to suit them both. Redford insisted one film was enough and quietly refused, a decision that deeply disappointed Streisand, who admitted years later she never fully understood the rejection. Still, both spoke respectfully of each other's work in public, acknowledging their artistic strengths while quietly accepting that collaboration between them was just too difficult. In the end, Robert Redford's story is not only about talent and success, but about fiercely guarded boundaries, emotional restraint, and a lifelong refusal to compromise on his vision. Whether through silent rivalries, personal loss, or creative clashes, Redford chose solitude, purpose, and control over easy fame. And while he gave the world unforgettable films, he also walked away from relationships, roles, and partnerships that didn't fit his deeply personal standard for artistic truth.